Hello, my name is Carson Green, and today I'm going to tell you the story about Night of the Living Dummy 2. But first, the author of this book, R.L. Stine, has come to tell you something.
Hello, I'm R.L. Stine. Our classic Goosebumps story is called Night of the Living Dummy 2. Amy's ventriloquist dummy Dennis keeps losing his head, for real. So Amy begs her family for a new dummy. That's when her dad finds Slappy in a local pawn shop. Slappy's kind of ugly, but at least his head stays on. Amy loves practicing her new comedy routine. It's like this dummy knows what she's thinking, like he can move by himself. And it's a lot of fun until Slappy starts a routine of his own. Then horrible things start happening. Horrible, nasty things. Just like what happened the last time. Because there's something odd about Slappy. Something not quite right. Something evil. Listener beware. You're in for a scare.
Well, thank you, Mr. Stine. Now let me tell you about what happens in the book. The story takes place in a house with a family known as the Kramers. The Kramers is a family of 5. The dad, the mom, Sarah, Amy, Jed, and their cat George. The first setting takes place on a Thursday afternoon. For the family, it is the family sharing night. Sarah, the 14-year-old, is a genius painter, and Jed, the 10-year-old, is a total goof and the most annoying. And Amy, the 12-year-old, she has the most trouble in the family, especially on family sharing nights, because she doesn't have much to share. But she makes up these crazy cool stories, and on one night, she brings out her dummy named Dennis. Dennis is an old dummy, and when her siblings know when Dennis comes out, it's trouble. But Dennis's head keeps falling off, and Amy asks her dad when she's gonna get a new dummy, and that's when we go on to the next day. This is Margot, Amy's best friend. She came over to listen to a few of her records by a band called The Beatles. I don't know who the Beatles are, but they seem like a cool band. And she mentioned that her dad was having a birthday party at her place, and she asked Amy to perform with Dennis. But sadly, Amy had to say no because Dennis's head keeps falling off. So then Margot leaves, and then his dad, or her dad, comes back with a box. She comes down from her room to see what the box was, what was in the box. She opens the box, and it was a new dummy, Slappy. She tests him out, and then he was perfect. And then she found a paper in his jacket pocket, and that's when the real trouble started to begin. We then skip forward a few days, and Amy was following Slappy because he was going to do something else bad. He was going to mess up one of Sarah's paintings, but this was part of Amy's plan. Amy told Sarah to pretend to be asleep and told Jed to dress up as Dennis, and Sarah told Mom and Dad to wait in a closet. And then when they saw Slappy moving on his own, they then saw that Amy wasn't being weird. And then Dennis comes in, he gets Slappy, and then he runs off out of the room. Her parents come rushing out and then apologize. And then they try to call Jed, but no one answers. So they go to Jed's room to find out he was fast asleep. And then he apologizes for not dressing up as Dennis. But then who was Dennis fighting Slappy? Thank you for listening to my book. This took a lot of effort, and I hope you enjoyed. This was by me, Carson Green, in LEGO stop motion, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye!